So remember when I said that my slime farm wasn't broken? It totally was, and that's why in the last episode I was clearing out that cave system, that mine shaft, which I know I kind of ended that episode abruptly. That's because I was just going on for too long and I didn't know how much work it was going to take to get to the next step, which as it turns out was way too much. There was just so much stuff that needed to be done, so much. How'd you get in there? How'd you get in there? There was just so much blocks that needed to be cut away because the plan was... So when I was last down in episode... I want to say 5 or 6. Must have been 6. When I was down in the slime farm... And there must be a slime chunk around here too. When I was in the slime farm and I showed you the very first time they spawned... And then later I waited around for a while, but they didn't spawn again after that. Oh. I don't know how that happened. There we go. So, I thought, well, what could be... I thought maybe it's just a glitch or something, but what could be the cause of the slimes not spawning? And it turns out there was this whole mine shaft going around right above it. And of course they'll spawn at any light level, but below a Y level of 40. So there's so much spawnable space within that area that they could just start spawning at. So I went in, cleared it all out, dug as much of it away as I could. I could have put slabs in some of it, but I wanted to have this open space, and it's been so much work I went through. But at least 1.5 enchanted diamond pickaxes. Just clearing this part out, what you see so far. But it looks like it has helped. Now because they were actually spawning there and I could hear them flop around and I could see particles fall down. You see that particles come off of them. Apparently they go all the way down if they spawn up higher. So I could see the particles, but I couldn't see the actual slimes. And now that I've removed, at the very least, most of the area where they could spawn up here, now it seems like they have no choice but to spawn down here. So now we've got a much better supply of slimes and in turn slime balls that we can use for, well, slime blocks or sticky pistons, whichever I want to use in a project. I've actually never worked with slime blocks. I don't remember when they added those. Couple updates ago, but I never ended up using them for anything. I think that might have been around the same time that I took kind of a break from the game, so I don't really know too much about them, but I've seen some clever implementations that other people have come up with slime blocks, so I might look into that and build something with that. Whereas I know how to work with sticky pistons, and they're gonna come in handy. So yeah, that's about it for the slime farm, which isn't... I know it's not more than just an area where slime spawn, but still it's a lot better than just hoping you come across some in the wild. I should probably close that, shouldn't I? Oh no. No! No! I died! Oh my god. Well, so that's why, that's an example right there why we're going to need to change that tunnel out to packed ice, because I didn't think mobs could spawn on ice. As far as I know, they can't. But, well, they do. So mobs keep spawning in that shaft, in the shaft down here, on top of the ice. So I'm gonna have to get loads more ice and then get packed ice, because at least packed ice doesn't melt when it's being lit up. So I could just put lighting down here and ensure that there's too much light for them to spawn. Like there's no blocks here that aren't ice, that are not like a slab. There we go. There aren't like a slab or something like that, so there's no way. See, it spawned right there. You could just see it spawn. So yeah, they spawn on ice. I didn't know that. I didn't think they could do that. Let's move all this a little bit. Chaos. Okay, change your inventory slightly and it's just chaos. So yeah, I gotta figure out something for that. That's my second death, probably. My first death was, I'm pretty sure that was off camera, but I fell in lava with all my good gear and with diamonds on me. I just found some diamonds and I was trying to run back here excitedly. And then I just died. So yeah, that's not safe. Gotta get packed ice and then light it up. Okay, I'm back down at the slime farm and look at this. I made a big wall, which I think looks kind of nice. This is stripped oak logs, oak planks, and glass panes, just regular glass panes. And then I'm working on making a hallway, carving like a hallway to the side here. Basically, the slime farm will be here, and I'm growing some trees here too to get more oak logs. Slimes could spawn there. Theoretically, there might be slime chunks over here, but I'll try to mitigate spawning outside of the area I want them to be at by putting slabs down. And then this is my new storage area. It's gonna have all kinds of blocks already. It got already in here. I've worked on moving stuff over, and then I'm working on making a second level here. The only problem I've ran into is that I just cut into the mine shaft and the ravine. So I'm gonna block some of that off or put glass down just so you can look in there. And I've lit it up as best as I could, so there shouldn't be really anything spawning. And then what I'm working on over here, this goes all the way up. You can see rain coming down. It's probably not gonna stay going all the way up, but we'll see. I'm gonna build the furnace here that it's designed by Exuma Void and Ilmango to store XP. So what I'm gonna do is build the array here, the furnaces that can store the XP, and then the farms that I need are gonna be like a bamboo farm for fuel and cactus farm for stuff to smelt. And those will be like in the wall here basically, and those items will grow, they'll drop down and get added into the furnace automatically, I hope. So I'm gonna work on that more next episode. But I'm starting to collect some of the materials that I need. So I've got some observers, some pistons. I don't need sticky pistons, I don't think. And I've got redstone, repeaters, some iron. This is most of my iron. I've got redstone. I've got some pickaxes. If they run low, I might just make a new one and transfer the enchantments over with an end fill. Hopefully that'll just work. And then I've got some white dye on me because I already moved all my gravel down here. But what I wanted to do is make some white concrete, and that will be well, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. There, white concrete powder. I'm gonna turn it into white concrete because what I'd like to do is just use these as little structure blocks to indicate, hey, this is part of the machine and not something you can cut out. So I'm gonna get started on that, and I'll show you the result of that. I've worked on the cactus farm a lot. This is layer number, I want to say 3, and then 4 is coming up here. I've already put down the slabs. I was gonna have the floors like you see here, and then have holes here in these cross sections with signs so that the items would fall down and would then get water streams would push them to the holes and they would fall down there. But I realized I didn't need to do that at all. These lime colored glass panes are just to prevent, like if you put a cactus here, when it grows, I can't even place one manually there. When it grows, because it will still grow, this glass pane will cause it to pop off, at least the top one. And that's how it will just fall down. Then down here, you can see, you can see 2 layers. And I've just finally found out how to set up water streams in a safe way down here. So it took me a while because of this L shape. It was ridiculous. I had a plan and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So I figured out how to use signs and water streams to push items down here, all the way down here. And this is like a row of hoppers that all feed into this chest. And this chest feeds into the items to get smelted, essentially, for the furnaces. I'll have to block this off. Make sure stuff doesn't overshoot right there. Yeah, so it's a little unpolished if you look at these walls, but it's okay. It's supposed to be hidden, you know, and no mobs should be able to get in. I shouldn't be able to go in, really, so... But yeah, what happens is they pop off stuff, most of it... You know, there's a very small risk of the higher layers, some stuff falling onto other cactuses and getting stuck or something, or on top of the panes, but it's a very small risk. Otherwise they'll fall down here and they'll get just flushed over into the hoppers and be taken into the system. And I finally, thanks to the science, was able to figure out how to get this weird shape to all flow and not have this point where they would get stuck. Especially this corner was difficult because, you know, I wanted to move the items down here, and then you'd have the water stream coming down here, and where they would touch, it would result in a point of stagnant water, so it would just get stopped, essentially. But now it's a lot better. Didn't need ice at the bottom. I could have put ice to make them move faster, but unnecessary. So yeah, I put some scaffolding up here, and this is the layer I'm working on, and I'm gonna just poke out all these unnecessary tiles, but they were useful for working up here, and then I'll do one more layer, and then it should be done. I don't have a farm to get fuel automatically yet, but that should just be a matter of time, because I should be able to use bamboo for that. This is not the way. Over here. I'm filling this in with sandstone. I'm liking this combination. Like the wood, the oak wood, the diorite, the sandstone. So I'm planning on cutting all this out. But as you can see here, this Silk Touch pickaxe is almost down to nothing. This one is almost down to nothing. And I've got this one that's almost down to nothing. So I'll be repairing them. But yeah, it's been a lot of mining. And then this is my little storage area so far. There's more. So we're still working on finishing this up, making this look all nice. And you go up here, and then the idea is that the furnace array here is now see, there's again this redstone broke. Is that because of a water stream, like a water leak? I don't know, but if it wasn't for the, because here, there's some crap in this, there's some stuff in this hopper that shouldn't have been there. But yeah, this one is filling up, and once it would be completely full, you know, this light should turn on, but that's because it has actually got redstone there. And this one somehow got turned on, even though it's not supposed to be. So let me grab some redstone. Okay, I've broken it and now I've fixed it again. So unfortunately in the Java version you could, the hitbox on this hopper wouldn't be so big, so you could actually access the furnace from the top, but you can't in the Windows 10 version for some reason. So I have to keep the front exposed so I can actually see the furnaces and access them. And because this one has stuff in it, this is lit up. Now if it's all completed smelting, so let's put some charcoal in here. Once it's all completed smelting, this light should turn on. And now this one isn't out of sync anymore. I didn't have carpet covering this one, so now that should be fixed. You heard it firing there. What it should be doing is it's spitting out the stuff that it cooks down below, so it actually gets dropped into the hopper or dropper below it. So yeah, I'm back up here at the cactus area. I'm gonna finish this off and then I'll see you next episode, hopefully soon. I've been taking a couple days off, so I'm working on this and a little bit in between, so hopefully I'll get this done today and then I can start on a farm for fuel. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.